Let there be light, and there was light. We are anchoring onto the words of Mother Eve, the said God of Genesis, the King James version of the Holy Bible. And of course, this is what we have been deconstructing, we have been examining, we have been revealing, we have been turning this wonderful and perhaps most famous phrase of the Bible altogether. Let there be light, and there was light. I think everybody knows that, even if they don't even read the Bible or have never even opened it up. I am hoping so, because we have just recently discovered through Mother Eve, the said God, of course, of the Holy Bible, which is the serpent, the snake, Mother Eve, as in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, who is also now a Satan or Saturn, who is also seen as the mother of Christ. This is what we have discovered on this channel. Or we could say, who is also the Christ spirit. Of course, Mother Eve is also the key, because all these words that I am calling are in direct numerical value with Mother Eve, with Eve. Okay, so when I say Mother Eve, of course the word mother is 7, which also coincide with the word serpent. And if I say Eve, that coincide with the word snake, because that too is 5. So there we are talking about key, open, lock, home, house, so many words, kundalini, pineal gland, uterus. There were so many words. In fact, it feels like I ought to give you a flavor of the words that consist of 5, and it's no wonder it was said, and the earth was void, but void is actually 23, and that is Mother Eve. We see that power is actually 32, and of course that coincides with higher. So when we say higher power, we are hinging on both of these names in direct correlation with Christ and Mother Eve. Now I am drawing on these to really show you the power of the words that we are about to examine again, which is the let there be light, particularly in that word of there. I say particularly because that was the one that perhaps struck a chord so deep within me of the enormous content that it carries. So the cells in our body, so CELL, that equals 5 as well. Stars equals 5. Shut, to shut equals 5. To open equals 5. And we are talking about Mother Eve right here. The word, the color pink equals 5. There we see the feminine. Of course, perhaps it's one thing that they have done well to attribute that color pink with the female. Yes. The word mouth equals 5. Life, chamber, finger, preservation, moved, motion, sweat. Vine, when Christ said, I am the vine. End, of course, wrong would be, and that's why women have seen wrong. But of course, there is the word double, which means there's 2 sides to a story. And we have mine. No, that's what the child comes out saying. Mine, everything is mine. And that's 23. Make, made, guided, and income. Of course, we are talking that income has derived from the sexual aspect of its content. Kindness, godliness is actually 41. Virtue, darkness is 28. Of course, we have brows, by the sweat of thy brow thou shalt live. So we see sweat and brow both equals 5. So there is where we see that there were numerical the messages that were given, which have led people to think that they need to be sweating like mad in a garden to really earn a living, by the sweat of thy brow. It is the numerical value of Mother Eve, that which equals Eve, because Eve is 5. That's what have been hinged onto. And so in that way, you can only see your mother or relate to your mother by sweating by your brow to earn a living. And of course, being if you're finding it very hard and difficult, you wouldn't like your mother very much right there. Okay, so talking about the word there, that's the beautiful word here. So the what we see from this affirmation, it contains 8 words. So of course right there, as in here, 8 words. I'm trying to ensure that you can see this. So it's 8 words, WORDS. Of course, we could say it's 8 sword, but then we would have to have, or 8 swords, because words are swords. This is why when someone says something really awful, it pierces the heart, of course. So let's do the numerical value for word, which is 694. Adding this together, of course, this is 10, 19, 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. All right. Now, this is where it is said, of course, we see that the word as equaling 24 in that verse of the Bible in itself would give us that there were 24 hours. When we say hours, this is the language that we have learned. 24 hours, this is hours. It's really like saying, almost saying there are 8 hours or 8 cycles, because the hours now, it's no wonder they have a timer, the hourglass, for instance, this is the hourglass right here. So this is where we could see that 24 hours might have come into this very equation of saying this is the hourglass, and of here as hours with the S, that is Mother Eve's signature right there. She's saying, I am time. I am time. Right here. Now, so we see 8 words. Words is 6 and 8. If we were to add 8 plus 6, that would be 15, which is Mother Eve. Just really looking at all aspects of this to see Mother Eve. Then we have, that would be interesting to have how many letters we have. This is 3 plus 5. Let's look at this. So 8 words. We have abbreviation. So this is 3 plus 5 is 8. And 2 is 10. And 5 is 15. Wow. I hadn't made that connection before. I had not made that connection before. I don't think so. So we have 2 sets of words that contain 5 letters, there and light, and that is repeated in the second stanza. Let there be light, and there was light. So in that stance, because what we see in the hair, everything, all creation is like is embedded in this text, all of creation. Now it is also even in the first, but the first verse is telling you in the beginning. It is an introduction, but here, this is where the God set is making a statement and brings everything into being. Everything comes into reality, because here that's why we have here, the word here, H-E-R-E, and we have there, meaning everything had come into reality. When she said light, that meant the light above in the heavens would be there, and the light in the earth would be here. When she said about angels or whatever that was being created, or man, that would be there and that is here. Because as above, so below. Everything that happens in the heavens is also in the earth. That means there was the heavens and there was the earth. Everything was here and there. Now that's why I am saying, according to Mother Eve, who has confirmed this to be true, that this is the most powerful affirmation, or one of the most powerful affirmations we can use. Now, while we have been given the spirit of sound mind, Mother Eve is also saying, for instance, if the word like let there be comes, the word there comes to 11, I have also used the word wisdom to replace that, like let wisdom be light, or let there be wisdom. We can change it right there. This is how I done it actually. Let there be wisdom, because the word light also equals 11. So wisdom is another word for light. We could say let there be wisdom. Let there be I like to be able to now, because I'm doing this, getting into the number 11 numerical values, or 22, whatever it is, because 11 is that which we have. 11 also is that which will birth into 9, when there's the 9-11 right there. Or if you wanted to do 9, and 9 would be 6, 6 would be 7. But I believe that in the first master number, which we are making that declaration, like say, let there be wisdom. So any of these words that you wanted to replace with the same direct numerical value, you could do that. Or it, of course, Mother Eve is not, there is no rule against using, say, let there be love, for instance. Let there be love. I said that. And because love is 9, so let there be love, and there was love. This is what we